I knew Tulsa was going to come out and play hard. I watched like eight of their games. They play hard for coach. And I know how it is to inherit a team and come out and still try to compete. Their record doesn't indicate how hard they play, so I knew it was going to be a battle in the first half. I was just hoping that we would get a rhythm, push away, and we eventually did.
And what was the key to, it was a tight game for, into the early part of the second half, and then you pulled away. What do you think the key was that?
I think we just found the rhythm. They missed some shots, some much-needed shots. We got some box outs, and then we started to score. Kendrick Davis woke up. DeAndre Williams woke up. Keontae Kennedy hit some big shots. Elijah McCadden, like the group just kind of got a jolt of energy. And we got it to where we pushed away by 10 and gave us like a little cushion to push away.
Anything you said at halftime that, turned things around at all?
The thing that when we're playing sluggish and not being explosive and not getting the ball up the court, the question goes to them: who do we really want to be? Why aren't we doing what we're supposed to do? We're being taught to push the ball up the court. We're dribbling up the court. We're not passing it up the court. We're not making plays for one another. They double team. We didn't have guys cutting to the basket properly. So it seemed like they caught us off guard with the double team because Trey hadn't been double teamed as much. And it took us a while to figure that out. And once we figured it out, we got better. But halftime was basically just challenging them to be better because we should be better.
What specifically changed in the last 13 minutes? You said Kendrick kind of woke up. Was there something schematically or strategically that you and your staff had changed in that stretch?
Yeah, I started really calling every play over the next, that 5, 6 minute, 7 minute span. I started calling every play. I didn't let them just make it up. I kind of put us in position and started calling every play. I try not to do that because Kendrick is a leader. I wasn't doing it when he and Alo were out there, but I found the need in these last few wins that we've had. If things started to go bad, then I'll just start calling every play because I'm starting to see things that we could kind of take advantage of. And then they capitalize on making the shots.
So you don't do that for most of the 40 minutes normally?
No, I leave it up to my guards. We teach so much in practice, and we know exactly what we want. And sometimes they just kind of try to get going on their own. It's not working, then I'll just step in.
What do you expect in terms of Malcolm's availability going forward? Do you think you'll have him Saturday?
It's a good possibility to have him on Saturday, which is a tough game for him to come back against Tulane. They're a 5-out set, a lot of movement. Cross is a guy that's going to isolate a lot. So I know Malcolm will be ready for the challenge, but I don't know, being out for that long, if that's a great game for him to come back. If he wants to come back, we're obviously going to insert him into the game because he could take advantage of them down low. But like I said, he's been out so long.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, Steve. It's been since December 10th or 13th or something like that, which is going on 2 months. And you worry, now that you guys have won 5 in a row, you've kind of found a groove here. Worry at all about sort of the messing up the synergy?
I've been talking to he and Alo about that because the synergy got messed up after Alabama. It just kind of got really crazy for a minute because guys were trying to fight for playing time and shots, and the chemistry left. It was really bad for about 3 games. Obviously, the Tulane game and the UCF game were bad, and then all of a sudden we struggle against South Florida and ECU at home. It was just kind of getting ugly. We couldn't figure it out, and we finally hit stride. So talking to both of those guys about coming back, they have to be the ultimate role players. Whatever we need from them is what they have to do. It can't be demanding anything because we're in a great rhythm.
Have you talked to Coach Hay since this game ended?
Yeah, I spoke to him.
Where's
I didn't really dig deep, but I can only imagine. You've been here that long. You were the coach. And it's a weird feeling coming back because I was a player in Orlando and I went to Phoenix and went back. It's never a good deal because you get mixed emotions. And I'm sure he has mixed emotions.
To kind of follow up on that, was there a reason he had some security escorts coming out, for the start of the game? Didn't Frank Haith have 2 cops following?
I don't think so. I didn't see that. I think that security was probably just coming out, period.
I didn't know if they were
No, I don't think it was just specifically for him.
part of the court, whatever.
No, they didn't. It didn't happen that way.
And you talked about adjusting adjustments, what's the balance between kind of getting Kendrick to get everybody involved during those slumps versus saying, hey, go win us this game, go be Superman, like he's capable of doing?
Yeah, I feel like for me, I have to be 100% real with him when it comes to that. There is no fine line. It's like make plays. You got to make plays for the team, and then you insert yourself in there wherever you can, and you're always a closer. You can always take over the game like he did at the end. He took over the game, but you got to make the right play at all times. You have to.
What do you feel like Coach Haith brought to the ball club for you?
Coach Haith has brought so much. Where do I start? He calms me. He's brought a calming spirit to me because he knows so much. There's nothing he hasn't seen. He brings experience, winning a ton of games. He brings just that knowledge that we need in every situation out there on the court. That I know with him, behind me, that we can figure anything out, and I'm happy to have him.
Elijah McCadden, I feel like, just in general, we haven't discussed him too much, but he's slowly becoming that X factor for y'all. I think he had 11 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists today. How valuable is his role as the glue guy, if you would call him that, for this team?
Yeah, it's very valuable. We know his talent level. We're trying to get him more comfortable. I know that seems weird, but he's the type of guy that's he's a slow starter, but he gets it done. Now, to me, he's the X factor for real because he does multiple things for us. He guards the other team's best player. He has to make plays for us. We need him to offensive rebound. We need him to score. We need him to do a lot. We call on him for a lot. And Elijah is definitely not disappointing.
Along those same lines, Keontae has now scored in double figures 5 of his last 6 games. He's hitting 3-pointers. I mean, I'm not good at that, so I'm not going to even try. But he's bringing you now what you thought you were getting out of him.
Yeah, I think early on those guys were struggling because they wanted so much. They wanted it so badly because they were on a stage. And he was in a decent rhythm more than any of the other guys that transferred in earlier in Orlando, because I remember him playing 31 minutes a couple games, and then against Auburn he played like 31 minutes. So he was playing pretty good, and then didn't play well at Alabama, didn't play the next 2 games, then had the Christmas break off, and then came back struggling a little bit at Tulane, in those next games, and now has hit a stride that we're very happy to see, because like you said, it's what we knew he was. He just didn't have his confidence and wasn't making shots.